So tonight, a story from our investigative unit looking into a severe gender gap within the San Jose Fire Department. The department has so few women, a civil grand jury issued a scathing report on the disparity back in 2020.
Two women who used to work for San Jose Fire tell us they endured a sexist, fraternity-like atmosphere. Let's bring in our investigative reporter, Hilda Gutierrez. Hilda.
Like most fire departments across the country, there aren't many women in the ranks of San Jose firefighters, fewer than 4%. Female firefighters tell us the low numbers are the result of a pervasive frat house culture in the fire service and a stigma that women can't do the job. This video is from a child sex trafficking sting in Sacramento County. Among those arrested, San Jose Fire Department Captain Spencer Parker, now facing charges for attempted lewd-acts with a 13-year-old girl.
San Jose Fire Department taking a lot of heat tonight.
And you may have seen this video from 2022, showing a dancer stepping out of a San Jose fire truck in a bikini and walking into the Pink Poodle Adult Entertainment Club. The clip made national headlines and led to the demotion of a San Jose fire captain last year after the crew admitted to giving the woman a ride around the block.
Yeah, the Pink Poodle incident, that doesn't seem out of the ordinary for San Jose.
As the city grappled with the fallout from the Pink Poodle, Cassie Losberg was grappling with something much darker from her own time as a San Jose firefighter.
He came around the truck and he stuck his hands in my pants and pinned me up against the apparatus door. And he was a very large man and a supervisor at that time. I felt frozen.
Former D1 athlete and U.S. Marine Corps veteran Cassie Losberg says she left her dream job with San Jose Fire last year following a civil lawsuit against the department that alleges she was sexually assaulted and harassed by male firefighters.
When another firefighter gets your number off of staffing and asks you if you're single or sends you pornography photos on Snapchat or invites you over to their home when their wife isn't there, that creates fear, that creates lack of safety, and that directly affects performance.
Losberg says the recent scandals and her own nightmares stem from a firehouse culture dominated by men, where women are treated as inferior. And she's not the only one who believes that.
I'm very hopeful for Cassie, and I'm proud that she's standing up to say no, not okay.
She's in the back.
Patricia Tapia now trains the next generation of firefighters at the Silicon Valley Career Technical Education Center.
Very nicely done. Good job.
But she used to be a battalion chief for the San Jose Fire Department, overseeing hundreds of men and women who wore the uniform for the city. She was one of the first women in the department when she joined up back in the 80s. Firefighting was in her blood.
My father's a firefighter, and my uncle.
But Tapia says her career in the department was marred with sexism, harassment, and retaliation. She settled her first gender discrimination lawsuit back in 2012 after she and another female fire captain were passed over for open battalion chief positions.
She came out number 1, I came out number 8. It was 9 positions. They skipped us both. You've performed the way they want you to and checked all the boxes. And for no reason, they say no.
In 2017, she won a second lawsuit against the city, also alleging gender discrimination as well as harassment and retaliation when she spoke up about it. A jury awarded her $800,000, and she left the department the next year. Then in 2020, the Santa Clara County Civil Grand Jury released this scathing report about the lack of women in South Bay fire departments, and Tapia felt vindicated. The report found that San Jose had 665 firefighters, but only 16 females. That was down from 35 a decade earlier. The grand jury blamed the low numbers on a lack of effort to recruit women, poor fitting gear for female firefighters, in a work environment that makes it challenging for women to report discrimination and harassment. It also found some fire stations lack separate bathrooms, dorms, and locker rooms for women, which is still the case today.
An immediate response to the report was to address the facilities and the uniform and personal protective equipment.
San Jose Fire Chief Robert Sapien says the agency has made some changes since then, like installing dividers in shared sleeping areas and pumping money into recruitment. He also touts the department's Women's Boot Camp, which introduces potential recruits to the fire service. The department has hired more women since the grand jury report, but there still are only 24 women across the entire agency, less than 4% of its firefighters. Compare that with 15% in San Francisco, the highest in the country, or even the San Jose Police Department, where women make up 13% of sworn officers. How do you feel about that percentage?
I think we need to do much better. We've had attrition where when our number was up in the 40s. We've had attrition since then, and in the meantime, in those decades between then and now, we didn't do a great job in recruiting women, and I don't think that's necessarily because the department was unwilling to do so. I think we just haven't overcome the challenges that are present in that process.
The department told the grand jury it would draft plans by June of 2021 to address problems with work environment, gear, and accommodations. But the investigative unit confirmed the department never finished those reports. Critics like Tapia say the department continues to fall short, as evidenced by the Pink Poodle incident and Lowsburg's pending lawsuit. Do you think that events like that could be discouraging to women who are thinking about joining the department?
Certainly public image and perception of the organization is critical to our recruitment process. It's critical to the confidence that our community has in our organization.
Despite their own experiences, Tapia and Lowsburg say young girls should still chase their dreams of becoming firefighters. They just hope the culture will be different by the time they get there.
There are good firefighters, but there is a culture that deserves to be looked at and deserves to have accountability, and that accountability will create change.
There's a place for us in the fire service. There is a place for women in the fire service.
We're now serving other Bay Area fire departments to see what their numbers look like, and recently spoke to San Francisco's fire chief to learn the secrets of their success recruiting women. We'll have all that for you soon in a follow-up report. With the investigative unit, I'm Hilda Gutierrez.